Well, a piece of pie can be such yummy goodness, but making one at home might seem a little bit intimidating. Well, we have some help. Sarah Sneed is the owner of Sorelle Pie Bakery. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so teach us how to make the perfect pie crust. You're starting with your dry ingredients.
I've got some dry ingredients here. So we've got some vegetable shortening, your all-purpose flour, and some salt. You're going to mix it together until it's kind of a crumbly substance here, nice and crumbly, and then you're going to use ice water. It's got to be ice water.
So it's all about keeping it cold.
Yes, it's got to be cold.
That's the trick.
And then, so once you get your ice water in there, about 7 to 8 tablespoons, and it'll depend on the weather. You might need a little more, a little less. So.
Do you add it gradually and just kind of mix it in? So you don't pour it all in at one time?
Well, I can.
You can, but you know what you're doing.
Right.
For those of us that are making our first pie, you have to do it gradually.
Because you can't take it out.
Okay, yes, you can't remove it.
And then once you get to kind of a ball stage, it'll come away from the dish, so it makes a nice ball here. And then you're going to divide it, and this is for a 2-crust pie. So you're going to divide it.
Do you use your hands or do you use tools because you want to keep it cold?
Hands.
You use your hands. Get in there.
I like to get messy.
Okay.
Get in there. Okay, so then you're going to roll it out, and you'll see some people like to pick it up and kind of turn it as they're rolling it. And I just, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't.
Okay, so do you roll from the inside out?
I do. Inside out.
Because you don't want any holes, of course.
No, you don't. But even if you do get some holes, pie dough is very forgiving. You just don't want to handle it too much because then it gets tough. You don't want tough pie dough.
Okay.
So then I usually roll it over my rolling pin, and then you can usually pick it up. It'll have the consistency of Play-Doh. It's pretty flexible.
Easy to handle.
Pretty easy to handle. So then we're just going to move over here. I'll show you. Once you've filled the bottom, you fill it with your filling, put some butter in there. And then on the edging, you're going to just fold it over, kind of squeeze the air out. Because if you don't squeeze the air out, it'll puff up really big, and that's...
We don't want that.
We don't want that either.
What is inside this pie right now?
This is mixed berry.
Mixed berry.
Kind of tart.
How do you make it look so cute?
Okay, well that's my next little trick I'm going to show you here. So you're going to get your fingers kind of floury here, and then you're just going to take your knuckle.
Use your knuckle.
Use your knuckle, your index finger, and your thumb, and you're going to put it together like that.
Just like that?
Like that. Okay. So then you are going to pinch your pie dough. And there are lots of different ways you can do this. You can be as decorative.
Let me try it out. Let me see if I can do it.
You do it. Here, you can get a little flour.
Need a little flour?
Little flour.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
All right.
You've got it. See? Easy as
Easy
pie.
enough. It's not intimidating once you just got to try it out.
You just got to get in there.
Okay.
Get your hands wet. And then usually, I usually take a little bit of cream and some sugar right over there. And you just brush it with a little bit of cream.
Here you go.
Sprinkle it with some sugar, just like so, and then you'll just sprinkle it on there. And that's so the sugar stays on, because lots of time you'll have kind of a mounding. Like if you have an apple pie, it kind of mounds a bit. So you want to make sure the sugar all sticks in there, and then you're going to cut it to vent.
It look pretty.
It looks nice and pretty. And then the one.
Well, how do you cut it to vent?
To vent, I do an S for Sorelle. For Sorelle. For Sarah.
Yes.
But you could do little designs. You could, before you put it on there, you could cut out little hearts. You can do all kinds of pretty designs to make it beautiful for your holiday or your family event.
Now, what if you have leftover pie dough? What do you do with it?
Oh, you got to roll it out. This is what my mother always did for me. You got to roll it out and then cut it into strips, sprinkle it with sugar and cinnamon, put it in the oven along with the pie, and it comes out there like little pie cookies.
I love that, little like cinnamony, sugary sweetness. Okay, now you have a trick for when you're cooking the pie to avoid getting it too brown or overcooking it.
So you want to take just a little bit of tin foil and you just crimp it around the edges, and that's just to prevent over browning. So then what you have left is beautiful pie.
A perfect pie. It looks delicious.
Thank you.
Now, we will have the recipe for Sarah's pie crust on our website, kclive.tv, later this afternoon. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
I can't wait to cut into this.
All yours.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Well, time is ticking down.